What's up, gang? Hey man, we got another delusional woman in the comments talking crazy, not even reading what I said, not even understanding what I said, just making up her own reality. But we're gonna break that down in this video. But if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hit that like button. Also, if you haven't done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And if you haven't jumped into the CLG community, make sure you jump in this month, April, because it's only $24 a month. But after April, we're going up to $48 a month, and I cannot wait to see you guys inside. But without further ado, let's jump into the video. So I left a comment on another creator's page, and then I got a response from a woman, right? And it's crazy because women are so predictable that it's like mind-blowing, especially when you're a guy and you've dealt with a lot of women in a lot of different situations, and you know how they operate and you know how they think. And the majority of women, if not all the women that I know, they always have these blind moments, you know what I mean? I always make fun of a lot of girls that I hang out with. Like, you always say stuff like, damn, you're like an airhead, or damn, you're an airhead, or damn this, or damn that, you know what I mean? Like, I always make these little jokes, and they laugh it off, and they be like, yeah, you're right, I am an airhead sometimes. You know what I mean? Because deep down inside, women know, you know what I mean? Women know the truth, but somebody or something is brainwashing women to trick them into wanting to be at war with men. And it's crazy because how can you go to war with a man and you're the weaker gender, and in order to even win the war against men, that whoever started, I don't know who started this war against men that these women have, you know, like, let's just naturally be in war with men. But the only way that you can win the war with men is with other men. Like, imagine that fucking scenario. Imagine you go to war with somebody, but the only way that you can beat that person in war is you have to use men to do it. And then this is the crazy part. Women will go to war with masculine men, and in order to defeat masculine men, they will recruit simps. And then even though they recruit simps to fight their war for them that they want to go to war for, so they get the simps to be like, hey, come on our side. We got to stand up against masculine men. And then they reward the masculine men, the ones that stay masculine, even though they're at war with them. They reward the masculine men with pussy. This is the most mind-blowing shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, if you guys really broke down the psychology of the modern woman, and it might not even be the modern woman's fault. Like, I'm not even blaming the modern women. It is somebody, some feminist or somebody who's probably fat and, you know, hates their life and understands how easy it is to convince other women, and understand that women fall in line, you know, at least publicly, they fall in line with other women no matter what. And usually the leader of the group is usually some fat, out of shape, ugly chick that nobody really wants that much. And these women hate men the most because they have little to no options. And they still want the Chads and Tyrones. But the Chads and Tyrones don't want these fat, out of shape, boisterous women. So, you know, these women, instead, you know, they don't have the same sexual drives as men. So where a man might be playing video games, you know, competing in that way, playing sports, or just watching, you know, adult films and playing with herself, the woman is not watching adult films and playing with herself. She has nothing but time. She has nothing but time to cause havoc. And when she's causing havoc, she's recruiting a bunch of other women to believe what she believes, even though it has no logic, it makes no logical sense. But she knows that she's trying to rile up a group of people, which is females, who are illogical. They don't think logically. So basically, whatever you tell a chick is gonna make sense to her, because she has no fucking logic. Or, I'm not gonna say no logic, she has very little to no logic. That's why a lot of females love spirits and signs and stuff like this, because anything that has to do with logic, they like, huh? What? Logical stuff? Wow, what? Stuff that makes sense? 1 + 1? Fuck that. You know what I mean? So basically, I'm gonna break down this comment that I left, and then I'm just gonna basically break down, you know, the response of this chick, Because women, they get into this thing where they just read what they want to read, they see what they want to see, they respond how they want to respond. And I wanted to break this down because I want you as a man to understand the importance of being a leader when you're in a relationship, when you're talking to women, when you're dealing with women. It is very important to be a leader because a woman she's not capable of leading. She's seriously not capable of leading. The one that should be leading the relationship, the one that should be moving to the beat of their own drum, the one that should be making things happen should always be the man in a relationship, a situationship, or whatever the case is, right? But for some weird reason, the roles have reversed, and I'm gonna break this down, and I'm gonna break this comment down so we can really get down to the bottom of this, and I can really call this chick out. And a lot of chicks like her that think like this. So I wrote on this comment, mistake number 1, caring too much, because this guy was breaking down the 5 mistakes that men make when they talking to women. So I just wrote down, hey, really the number 1 mistake is caring too much, and then the other ones fall in line. You know, everything after that falls in line. But the main thing that men have to understand is they care too much about the woman. That's really the thing, right? So then this woman writes, she says, as a woman, I disagree. I would advise you to use discretion. Women of substance look for men who care. If you don't, she won't. Find the balance. She'll reciprocate. So then I said, read before jumping to conclusions. It says, caring too much. Because that's what I said. I said, caring too much. I didn't say don't care at all. I mean, obviously, if you're going to approach the woman, that's care in and of itself. What happens with most men is they care too much. I tell men to turn their care down, right? Turn it down. Caring too much is what will get you fucked up. I didn't say not care at all. Obviously, if I'm going to say, hey, what's up to a woman, obviously that's some level of fucking care. Like, come on, man. Like, let's be smart here. If I'm spending time with her, if I'm taking her out to get a drink, or, you feel me? If I'm fucking on her, if she's sucking my dick, if come on, that's some level of care. I said caring too much, and that's exactly what I wrote in the comment. She read her own little fucking thing in her head. She saw her own shit in her own fucking head. And she wrote what the fuck she wrote. As a woman, I disagree. I would advise you to use discretion. Women of substance. And then they always try to make themselves seem like they're the woman of substance. Every woman does this. Good women, a woman of substance, wants a man to care. They want to keep you guys in this fucking trap. They know that what their kryptonite is. Women are similar. They respond to similar things. If you keep going out with women and showing too much care, and you get a bunch of women, 90% of women flaking, ghosting, not wanting to see you, not sucking your dick, not wanting to fuck you, treating you like shit, stringing you along, blah, 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 because women don't know how to lead things forward. All they gonna do is lead shit to the fucking ground. And if that keeps happening because you care too much, or you're a lover boy and you showing too much care, try switching it up and see the results you get out of women. Just give it a shot. Don't take my word for it. Don't listen to me. Go out there as a man, because women don't know what the fuck they talking about. Really, that's why I really wanted to show you this goddamn comment. They have no fucking idea what they're talking about. They have never experienced life as a man. So all you guys that care too much, and you care too much, and you keep getting the same results, which I already know what the results that you're getting, little to none. And if you are in a relationship, it's usually a sexless relationship, or it's a relationship where you have zero to little fucking control. The wife or the girl dictates everything in a relationship. She dictates when she wants to have sex with you. She dictates what she wants to do with you, while you still have to hold up your end of the bargain at all times. Like, you literally gotta pander to your wife. Hey honey, it's tonight. Is the night I get lucky? Not tonight, honey. Not tonight. Long day. Not tonight, honey. And then when she's really feeling it, she'll throw that pussy on you. And a lot of times what you don't understand is she's really feeling it because she saw a guy that was attractive. She might have saw him at Target, may have saw him at Walmart, maybe he approached her, maybe he didn't. She saw some guy, she's like, oh, that guy. And then she'll throw the pussy on the guy that's her boyfriend, that he gets once a month. But she's thinking about somebody else. And she wants you to just basically shut up, don't breathe, don't make a noise, let me concentrate on another guy that I'm thinking about. She's telling you what position you need to be in. She's telling you how you need to perform telling you, honey, I like it when you do this. Rough me up a little bit. Can you pull my hair, honey? Can you do this, honey? Can you do this, honey? Honey, you don't really hit my spots. And then she realized it was a waste of time because she can't come with you because she's thinking of the other guy, but then she still has to look at you. So try the other side. Try not caring and just come to my comments and write in the comments and let me know what your results are. Because that's the beginning. Like I tell people in the CLG community, the beginning, the foundation, there's a whole foundation. You have to have a strong foundation before you build anything up on it. But one of the aspects of the foundation is turning down your care. Because if you can't turn down your care, the dating section that I have in the course won't work. Because you have to turn down the care first, and then I give you the strategy that you use on every single chick. Then I give you the process that you use on every single chick. Then I give you the text structure that you use on every single chick. And that's when the results skyrocket. First, you got to turn down your care, and then you'll start seeing some results, right? The results, you'll start seeing some results like, damn, I do turn down my care. I do get a little bit more respect from my chick. Damn, my chick do want to suck my dick. Damn, at first, it's like a bumpy ride. At first, she talk a little shit. She try you because she think that you a pussy, really. So when you first turn down your care and she's not used to it, she's gonna talk shit. Like, that's the first part of it. Like, that's like the first wave of it. Like, she's gonna try to get you to care again. Like, you know what I mean? Because she wants you wrapped around her little fucking finger. She wants to dictate shit. And the moment that she knows that you completely changed as a man and you really don't care, that's when she's gonna start acting right. That's when she start gonna get wetter. Her pussy's gonna start getting wetter. She's gonna start giving you head again. This takes time though. You know what I mean? She got to really believe it. She's gonna keep testing you. The more of a bitch that you were, if you are in a relationship and you want to turn down your care, or with new girls, if you turn down your care, they fall in line quickly. If it's a new girl that you're going out to meet and you turn down your care significantly and she can feel it, they're naturally, even when they reject you, they're gonna be in their feminine energy. Girls know the guys that they can fucking play with. Like, they fucking know. It's just like men know the guys. You ever went to, a matter of fact, I'll give you an example from a man's perspective, because I want you to feel what a bitch feels, but she feels it times 10. Everything you feel as a guy, women feel times 10. So when a woman ghosts you and it hurts you, well, when a guy ghosts a woman, she feels it times 10. A guy that she likes, she feels it times 10. So you ever went to a new basketball court, or if you ever been to the hood, or if you ever been somewhere that you're not used to being, and you run into some fucking dogs, like you run into like some real alpha guys, and you at a new court, or you at a new hood, or you playing against a new football team or something where the other side is really like that, their energy is different. As soon as you walk into the gym or that hood or that neighborhood, these guys' energy is just different. The way they look at you, the way that they fucking size you up, the way that they fucking stare at you, you know, I gotta be on my best behavior or this might be my last day on earth. Now, for some of you guys that's been sheltered and you've never felt that feeling, I don't know what else to relate it to. Maybe it's your first time dealing with a cop or something, or maybe it's your first time, you know, dealing with some prestigious person that you never thought you would meet. Their presence. Let's say it's your first time meeting Michael Jordan or some shit like that. Their presence alone, that's what I'm talking about when you turn down your care. That's the type of energy that she got to feel from you as a man to even respect you. But if she feels a weak energy from you as a guy trying to pander to her, care too much about her, overcompensate, or try to be too alpha, or try to do something like trying to do something, she's going to put you in the box with the rest of the fucking beta males. And she's going to treat you as such. Like, why are you even talking to me? Now, I'm talking about girls that are attractive. Now, I don't know about, you know, maybe if you're talking to a fat, insecure chick, she's going to be nice to everybody, right? I know this little fat chick. She's very sweet to everybody, but she knows that she's ugly. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, you know, people care with her, guys can care with her, and she's just going to be sweet. Now, she's not going to sleep with those guys. She's still only going to sleep with the fucking guys with a certain energy. But she's going to be a naturally a lot nicer to everybody, and whatever the case is, you know what I mean? Because she's not, she knows she's not fucking attractive. You know what I mean? Attractive girls at a very young age, they got to develop a specific face and energy to shoo away the betas. They have to develop the energy to shoo away the guys that care too much, the soft guys. Like, they have to. You know what I mean? The last thing they want to do is get in a committed relationship or get pregnant by a fucking beta. Like, that's what they want to avoid by all costs. Now, when they run out of options, they get older, and let's say that beta happens to have money or resources that he worked very hard for and stumbled upon. Now they want to give the beta a chance. They'll look past all the beta shit that guy has, and then they'll give that beta a chance. Because now the money is what's keeping her around. Doesn't mean she likes him. It's just, I'm getting older and I need financial stability. You know what I mean? It's all a game for these women. So when women like this, and we don't know nothing about this girl's age, we don't know nothing about this chick at all. You know what I mean? But we do know she like to jump to conclusions. Because all I wrote was caring too much. Think about what I wrote. I said caring too much, and she made up a whole fucking scenario in her head. Like most women do. Like most women do. And she actually responded. Something just popped up. So let me see what she said after that. Because I know she's still talking her little shit. She ain't got nothing else better to do with her goddamn life. Oh yeah, she responded. She said, I did read it. To elaborate from my point of view, there is no such thing as caring too much when y'all on the same timing. That's all. It's a vibe, you know, like frequency. That's the balance I speaketh of. I leave in peace as I come, king. Enjoy your day. Yeah, fucking dumb chick. Just another dumb chick. And then she put a picture. Now, before she didn't have a picture. And now she has a picture. Oh yeah, she's very not attractive. So yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, man, that's the modern day female. That's simple. At the end of the day, that's the modern day female. You know what I mean? They jump to conclusions. They try to go to war with men. They try to go to war with a certain type of man, right? They want to play games with a certain type of man. They act a certain way around a certain type of man. The man that they can't get away with that shit with, that's the guy she obsesses over, respects, loves, cares for. Why do you think they always end up in these relationships, and then after the relationship is over, they say, oh, my last boyfriend was a narcissist, my last boyfriend was an asshole, my last boyfriend was a dick, my last boyfriend was this. No, your last boyfriend didn't allow you to run your game on him. Your last boyfriend didn't go for none of your shit. Your last boyfriend moved to the beat of his own drum. Your last boyfriend got what he wanted out of you, and you didn't get what the fuck you wanted out of him. He still did what the fuck he wanted to do. He still had hoes. He still fucking lived his life. He still did everything he fucking wanted to do. And you sat there and you loved the fuck out of this nigga because you couldn't change him. You could not change that guy. You could not dictate him. You could not control him. You were dealing with a guy that knew his value. He knew what the fuck he was worth. And he wasn't afraid to fucking lose you. That's the guys that these girls obsess over. But then they lie to the public. They lie to the people on the internet. They lie. And lie some more. And then they act like they're different from every other girl. That's for every girl says the same fucking shit. The fact that every girl says the same shit proves my point. Most women are fucking similar. They're not the same. They're similar. They respond to the same shit. No matter how cute, no matter how innocent, no matter what you think about this chick, no matter how much of this chick is your type, just try my way and see how far you get. Caring too much will always get you in this dynamic. You're here, she's here. No woman can respect the man that she has to look down to. The only way she would tolerate this, is if you have more money and, you know what I mean? But she would have to be a predatory chick. She would have to be a predatory chick, because even a girl that's not predatory, even if you have more money, status, height, all that shit, and you can be her type, she's gonna lose interest for you and just not talk to you again because she doesn't give a fuck about your money. A predatory chick, a chick that, like, okay, like, this guy fucking sucks, but I'm gonna be with him because I want his resources. A predatory chick is still gonna go after that guy. And there's a lot of these guys on YouTube. There's a lot of these guys that are in the public eye. There's a lot of these guys that are famous. There are famous guys that write about other famous guys. Like, if you read, like, 50 Cent's book and stuff like that, there are famous guys that do not know their value. There are guys with fame, status, money, girls chasing them, everything, and they still fuck it up. They still don't know their true value. Like, one of the saddest things that I've ever seen was Tom Brady in his situation. Tom fucking Brady. I know how hard it is to play football. I know how hard it is to be the starting quarterback. I know how hard that fucking sport is. And I know how hard it is to do what Tom Brady did. Tom Brady is a man's man on that motherfucking football field. But he chose a bitch that looked down at him. He chose a chick that saw her own husband as less than. She even went on like podcasts after the fact, like surprised that he would not listen to her. Like surprised that like she really thought, with her guy friends and people in her ear, she really thought that she was the fucking prize in that fucking relationship. This is where modern women this is where modern women are today. There is no man with no amount of accomplishments that can put some of these bitches in check. That's why I tell you, it is very important when you're dating to understand what category this bitch goes in. Is she a rotation bitch or is she a fucking main bitch? And a lot of people be like, oh, body count don't matter. Da, da, da. For main bitch, it does. Because this chick, model, what do you think happens to models? How they get ahead? Like, a lot of people think that being beautiful is makes you a famous rich model. Not necessarily the case. The model industry is filled with some very unique characters. Anything to do with beauty or sex or adult film or modeling or anything like that, some of the guys that hold the keys to the next level, or the gatekeepers, are some very freaky, nasty guys. And girls gotta do things that they will never publicly say, because they're politically correct. Some girls have to do things that they will never publicly say what they had to do in order to get to where they had to go. And I believe she was one of Leonardo DiCaprio's girls too, if I'm not mistaken. I'll look that up. I'll make sure I look that up. But if she was one of Leonardo DiCaprio's girls, she already showed that she can play a role for the right man. And that happens with a lot of athletes too. And I've seen this in high school and college and stuff like that. A lot of athletes, they focus so much on their craft, they have zero time to really understand women. They make a lot of money. They put a lot of their time into their craft, right? In order to be the best, like, you got to put all of your energy into that shit. All of your fucking energy into that craft. And then you lose, female nature. Because while you put a lot of energy into your craft, you got to understand, a lot of women put a lot of their energy into psychology against men. A lot of women do this. A lot of guys don't understand that. A lot of women, when they talk to their girlfriends, a lot of the times they're talking about guys and how to play them, quote unquote, and what to do when the next guy tries to talk to you and how to go about it. They talk about guys a lot. So when their favorite guy, the predatory woman, her favorite guy, every woman, no woman will say it, but every woman knows this is true. Their favorite guy, after they had their fun, so in their 20s, because every woman knows. I was hooking up with this chick, and she was telling me that, like, she's terrified of getting older because she knows that she won't be able to get away with the shit that she gets away with now. So, like, in the back of their mind, they all know that as they age, they're not gonna be able to get away with the shit they get away now. They look at their mom and they be like, fuck. And her mom's like, not, like, used to be super cute and now is like not attractive at all. So, like, they know this. So what they want to do is, in their 20s, when they're young, they want to have fun. They want to have the bad boys. They want to get roughed up. They want to find themselves. But a part of finding themselves is getting ran through by a lot of dick. Like, when girls say, I'm finding myself, a lot of the times, especially if they're attractive, a lot of dick has been through them. A lot of dick. And then they get to a point where they don't know what they want. But then when they're getting to the later ages, and the time is starting to tick down, now they want a rich simp. They want a rich guy that doesn't know his value and doesn't understand that she has lost all this value because in her 20s she wanted to, run around, have fun, take in all the bad boys and do all this shit and just live her life, right? Live her life. Any girls, I like to travel, girls that like to travel, there's a reason that they like traveling. Guys in different countries are a lot more aggressive than guys in the US. So you gotta understand, when they go into Brazil and all these places, these guys are a lot more naturally aggressive, assertive, and moving things forward with them and fucking on them real good. You know what I mean? So they like that shit. So then they come back and then they look, now their eyes have changed for the rich sucker. So then you get a girl like in the comments like this saying, no, we do look for guys that care. We need guys that care. No, we do look for that. No, we need that. They don't want to lose their power. They want the best of both worlds. Run through a bunch of dick in my 20s, and then when it's time to settle down, find a rich sucker who's gonna take me in. And all I gotta do is play my part. And I can still, and a lot of these girls, why they still dwindling down, they still have guys from their past that they'll throw that coochie to. But their husbands will never know. And they like a rich sucker too that's busy too. Oh my God, don't let that dude be busy. And then you gotta understand, when it's time for them to get out of the relationship, they can have any excuse. Because you gotta understand, women look at every situation all the time. So, and then they know that women are gonna agree with them naturally. So they know they already got half the population. So then when it comes time to break up with somebody like a Tom Brady, they will say something like, oh, he was too busy. He chose football over me. He did this, he did this. These are all just excuses that women use when they want to get out of the relationship. It's not a real thing, because there was another guy that was too busy that she was obsessed over, sucking his dick, doing everything for him. Couldn't get enough of him, right? These are just excuses women use to get out of the relationship, but for whatever reason. You know what I mean? That jiu-jitsu coach pinning her ass down, showing her how strong he was. Oh, that really did it for her. You know what I mean? Jiu-jitsu coach, I could probably kick your husband's ass. I don't give a fuck how many fucking Super Bowls he won. Oh my God, that really turned her on. I could probably strangle your husband to death. I don't give a fuck how many Super Bowls he won. Holy shit, really? You'll be surprised. That's why I tell guys, don't be bringing your bitch around other more capable men. She doesn't need guy friends. If your girl insists on having guy friends, rotation bitch at the max. Never take her serious. Never move her in. None of that shit. And some of these guys do this shit because they want publicity. They marry somebody so they can have a public relationship. All that shit like that. No. Fuck that. I will fuck you on the side, bitch. You are not gonna be my main bitch. Fuck that shit. You still got guy friends and shit? No, I'm good. Oh, your ex was Leonardo DiCaprio? No, I'm good. I ain't gotta tell her that. But I'm gonna keep moving to the beat of my drum. Every time she's trying to make something serious, nah, I'm good. Because I guarantee you, it was a lot of guys that were like me. Not me. I'm not saying me. I'm talking about like me, but her type. Because every girl has a type, but then they have a guy that will act like me. And those guys, she was throwing that pussy to, but those guys weren't taking her serious. But then when she ran across Tom Brady, yes, I got one. I got me one. A rich sucker. And she probably kept the guy that was fucking on her real good and not taking her serious, because he knows better to take her serious. She probably still kept him as a guy friend. So be careful with these women, bro. Be careful with these women. And if you haven't done so already, lock into the CLG community. Man, I go live. We do Q&A. We do all of that stuff inside. So make sure you lock in, and I can't wait to see you guys inside. Peace.